In a world where stress and chaos seem unavoidable, what can we learn from an ancient Roman emperor? Join us as we explore the life of Marcus Aurelius, whose Stoic philosophy offers powerful lessons for our modern lives. Before we dive into his journey of wisdom, resilience, and unwavering virtue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos on ancient wisdom and practical philosophy. Let's get started. You might think that being a Roman emperor is all about power and glory, but Marcus Aurelius proved that it could be much more than that. His life was not defined merely by the authority he wielded, but by the Stoic philosophy he embodied in every decision he made. Marcus's journey from a young philosopher to one of Rome's greatest emperors is a tale of wisdom, resilience, and unwavering virtue. Early life and the foundations of greatness. To truly understand Marcus Aurelius, one must start at the beginning, where his character and philosophy took root. Born on April 26, 121 AD, into a wealthy and noble family, he seemed destined for a life of privilege. Yet Marcus's early years were marked by both loss and opportunity. His father, Vibius Vero, passed away when he was just 3 years old, leaving his upbringing in the hands of his mother and grandfathers. This loss, however, did not deter his growth. In fact, it may have deepened his resolve, teaching him early that life's nature is impermanent and challenging. Marcus's family played a crucial role in shaping his values. They emphasized discipline, responsibility, and a sense of duty, guiding Marcus to value integrity over indulgence. Unlike many young noblemen of his time, he did not succumb to a life of luxury. As a young boy, he was known for his honesty and seriousness, a trait that would eventually catch the attention of Rome's leaders. In addition to his upbringing, Marcus's education set him apart. From an early age, he immersed himself in the world of philosophy, gravitating towards Stoicism. Unlike other children, Marcus did not simply read about philosophy, he lived it. He would wear simple, rough clothing and often slept on the ground, practicing a disciplined lifestyle that aligned with Stoic teachings. This dedication to philosophical rigor would later become the cornerstone of his approach to leadership and life, the influence of Hadrian and adoption. As Marcus grew, his intellectual potential and dedication did not go unnoticed. The Roman Emperor Hadrian, who had no biological son and was seeking a capable successor, began to see promise in the young philosopher. By the time Marcus was in his teens, Hadrian had already become his mentor, guiding him in both statecraft and philosophy. This mentorship proved invaluable in shaping Marcus's understanding of governance. The pivotal moment came in 138 AD, when Hadrian adopted Antoninus Pius, a respected and able administrator, on the condition that Antoninus would, in turn, adopt Marcus Aurelius. This act effectively positioned Marcus as the future emperor. It was not merely a gesture of political strategy, it was a turning point that would change the course of history. For Marcus, it meant the weight of an empire was gradually being placed upon his shoulders. Yet, unlike many young heirs, Marcus did not greet this news with joy. Instead, he was saddened by the knowledge that his life would no longer be his own. He later wrote in his reflections that he would have preferred the life of a philosopher rather than that of a ruler. This response reveals a profound aspect of his character, an aversion to power and a commitment to personal virtue. Rise to power, from philosopher to ruler. As Marcus grew into adulthood, the transition from scholar to ruler was inevitable. While many would have seen the opportunity as a chance to seize power, Marcus viewed it as a heavy burden, one that required a deep sense of responsibility. His Stoic education became his guiding light during this time, offering a framework through which he could navigate the complexities of leadership. He knew that the true challenge of power was not in ruling others, but in mastering oneself. Marcus's ascension to emperor officially began in 161 AD, when Antoninus Pius, his adoptive father, passed away. Unlike many other emperors, Marcus chose to share power rather than wield it alone. He appointed his adoptive brother, Lucius Verus, as co-emperor, a decision that was unprecedented in Roman history. This act demonstrated Marcus's humility and his belief in the value of collaboration, even in positions of absolute power. But the challenges soon multiplied. As emperor, Marcus faced a series of external crises that would test even the most seasoned ruler. The Antonine Plague, a devastating epidemic, swept through the empire, claiming millions of lives. At the same time, Rome faced continuous threats from external invasions, particularly along its northern borders. For many, these challenges might have been overwhelming, but for Marcus, they became a test of his Stoic principles. Stoic philosophy in action. Marcus Aurelius's reign was deeply intertwined with Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes the control of one's internal world when external circumstances cannot be changed. In the face of the plague, Marcus did not retreat to safety, as many might have. Instead, he chose to remain in Rome, managing the crisis directly and showing solidarity with his people. This decision spoke volumes about his character, embodying the Stoic ideal of placing duty above personal comfort. As he wrote in his journal, later known as Meditations, Marcus constantly reminded himself of the importance of character in times of crisis. He believed that while external events like wars and plagues could threaten life, the true danger lay in allowing these events to corrupt one's inner integrity. This principle is perhaps best captured in his reflection. To abandon character, that's real evil. Meditations is not just a philosophical text, but a window into the mind of a man struggling with immense burdens. Each entry reveals how Marcus grappled with the tension between his philosophical ideals and the harsh realities of ruling an empire. The writings, originally intended for his own contemplation, include powerful reminders about the nature of leadership, virtue, and the fleeting nature of life. For Marcus, these reflections were a way to maintain his sense of self in the midst of turmoil, personal struggles, and Stoic reflections. Beyond the external challenges, Marcus faced profound personal struggles. He suffered from recurring health issues, a condition that made his responsibilities even more taxing. At the same time, his personal life was filled with loss. He and his wife, Faustina, had 13 children, but only 5 survived into adulthood. The deaths of so many of his children were a heavy emotional burden, yet Marcus used his philosophy to find a way to endure these losses. He often meditated on the nature of death, a theme that recurs throughout his writings. "Think of yourself as dead," he wrote. "You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly." For Marcus, these reminders were not expressions of despair, but a call to embrace the present moment with courage. His reflections are similar to those of later thinkers like Viktor Frankl, who believed that even in suffering, one can find purpose. The challenges of governance and war. As emperor, Marcus faced not only philosophical challenges, but also very real threats to Rome's stability. The wars on the northern frontiers demanded his attention, pulling him away from the capital for long periods. His military campaigns were not merely about expanding Rome's territory, but about defending its borders from constant threats. Unlike other emperors who might have led from afar, Marcus often joined his troops on the battlefield, showing his commitment to their struggles. The combination of external warfare and internal crises like the Antonine Plague drained Rome's resources. The treasury was nearly depleted, and Marcus had to make difficult decisions to keep the empire afloat. He could have raised taxes or seized wealth from the provinces, but instead he chose to sell off imperial treasures. It was a gesture that reflected his belief in leading by example, showing that even the emperor was not above sacrifice for the good of Rome. The writing of Meditations, a personal dialogue. Amidst the chaos of his reign, Marcus found solace in writing. His journal, later known as Meditations, was a series of notes to himself, a practice of daily reflection. He wrote about the importance of controlling one's thoughts, staying grounded, and maintaining perspective in the face of life's challenges. It is said that he wrote many of these reflections while in his military camps, finding brief moments of peace amidst the noise of war. In these writings, he frequently referenced Stoic thinkers like Epictetus, whose teachings emphasize that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Meditations became a way for Marcus to remain connected to the principles that guided him, even when the pressures of leadership threatened to overwhelm him. One of the most enduring lessons from Meditations is the emphasis on living with intention and purpose. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, he wrote. These words, though intended for himself, continue to resonate with readers today, offering a timeless blueprint for living with integrity. Legacy and influence, a timeless philosopher-king. Marcus Aurelius's legacy extends far beyond his time as emperor. His reign was the last of what historians call the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability for the Roman Empire. Yet it is not just his leadership that endures, but also the wisdom he left behind in Meditations. The impact of his thoughts can be seen in the works of contemporary philosophers and thinkers who continue to find relevance in his teachings. For example, modern authors like Ryan Holiday have drawn heavily on Marcus's principles, emphasizing how obstacles can become opportunities for growth. In a world filled with constant change and challenges, Marcus's philosophy offers a guide for maintaining inner peace amidst the chaos. His teachings remind us that while we may not control external events, we can always control how we respond to them. Conclusion: the lasting echoes of wisdom. As we reflect on Marcus Aurelius's life, it becomes clear that his journey was not just about ruling an empire, but about mastering himself. He faced incredible challenges, both as a leader and as a man, but he never allowed those challenges to define him. Instead, he used them as opportunities to live out the Stoic virtues he cherished. His life is a testament to the idea that true strength lies not in power, but in the wisdom to use that power with humility and purpose. In the end, Marcus Aurelius' story is a reminder that even in the face of life's most difficult trials, we can find a way to remain true to our principles. His words continue to inspire those who seek to navigate the complexities of life with courage and grace. And perhaps as we look to his example, we find that the path of a philosopher-king is one that any of us can follow if we choose to live with integrity and purpose. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found value in Marcus's story, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts or stories in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and loved ones. By sharing, you'll help others connect with these timeless lessons and find their own inspiration from the wisdom of a philosopher-king.